talk a little bit more about numbers. I think the other day I was talking about geometry and shapes. Let's talk, by the way, have you ever thought what is the biggest number, the highest number? There is no such thing. Numbers are never ending. There's no such thing as the highest number. If you think of the biggest number that you've ever thought of, all you have to do is add 1 and it becomes bigger. You can never ever have the biggest number. It doesn't exist. What's a prime number? Have you heard that word? Prime? A prime number is a number that can only be divided by itself or the number 1. Let me give you some examples. Here we have the number 2. Okay, what can you divide 2 by? You can divide it by 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Or you can divide it by itself. 1, 2 is 2. How about the number 3? Can you divide that by anything else? No. You can divide it by 1 and 3. It's a prime number. How about the number 4? Well, you can divide it by 1. You can divide it by 4. But you can also divide it by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 is not a prime number. How about 5? We can divide it by 1. We can divide it by 5. Can we divide it by anything else? No. What about 6? We can divide it by 1. We can divide it by 6. We can divide it by 2. We can divide it by 3. So this is not a prime number. So a prime number is a number that can be divided by itself, by its own number, or the number 1. That's what the definition of a prime number is. We've not always used numbers like this, you know. In the old days, the Romans, the Roman Empire, they used quite different numbers. They used 1 like that, 2 was like that, 2 ones. If they wanted to do 3, they did it like that. But when it got to 4, well, let's just miss 4 for a minute. Let's do 5. 5 they did like that, the letter V. And a 4 was less than 5, 1 less than 5, so they did it like this. Like that. 1 less than 5. 1 less than 5. Now what do you think they did for 6 then? Yeah, they did 1 more than 5. So 6 looks like this. Five and 1 makes 6. And 7, can you guess? Yeah, they did it like this. 5, 6, 7. 8, that's right. 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 8. Now then, look at 4 and 5. What do you think? Well, let's forget 9 for the moment. Let me tell you what 10 was. 10 was a cross like that. So what do you think 9 was? Yes, it was 1 less than 10. And 11, what do you think that was? 1 more than 10. Once they got after 10, then they started to do, well, what do you think 20 was? That was 20. And it went on and on and on. What do you think 50 was? You can't guess, actually. 50 was L, like that. And 100 was C, like that. And M meant 1,000. So even though the Romans had a very, very high standard of civilization for the time, they were not very good at mathematics, because this system didn't lend itself very well to adding, subtraction, multiplication. And so they never bothered about mathematics very much. Maybe some of you would have liked to have lived in Roman times.